Writing a mathematical text requires a much larger number of symbols than a normal literary text. Each of them must be associated. A graphic symbol for on-screen representation and ink printing. One or more 8-point braille signs. A textual expression that is pronounced through speech synthesis. Offers several tools to support the entry of characters not present on the keyboard and facilitates their recognition. Their full name appears on the status line at the bottom and can be read by the speech synthesis when the cursor is placed there. It should be remembered that in a linear code, it is the marking symbols, tags, that act in relation to each other to define a block. That is a portion of text delimited by an opening and a closing. A block may be enclosed by the usual parentheses, round, square and brackets, but also by symbols delimiting a fraction, numerator and denominator, or a root, exponent or other. The Lambda 2.0 system recognizes these relationships and offers various tools to efficiently manage both the markers linked to each other and the portion of text they define. It will be possible to automatically switch from one to the other, delete both in a single operation, which is very useful when simplifying. Select the entire content of a block or from the open symbol to the corresponding closed one, to copy, move, delete, temporarily hide the text contained within the brackets to highlight the general structure of the formula, and more. Text that is entered in Lambda 2.0 must comply with some simple formal rules, otherwise its structure cannot be recognized and it will not be processed. For example, for each symbol that opens a block, for example a parenthesis, there must be the corresponding closing symbol, without interlacing or false nesting. A minimum of formal correctness of the mathematical text is also indispensable in order to be able to obtain the transformations in MathML and thus access the tools for conversion into other formats. However, these errors do not affect the display in graphic mode, which shows exactly what is written in Braille, so that the teacher can also correct structural errors by displaying the graphical representation in black. The program has various tools designed to facilitate the entry of formally correct mathematical text. All block closing markers, for example, are entered with a single command, Ctrl-K, leaving it to the system to define which is the nearest level structure currently open, and to choose the corresponding closing marker. Each mathematical symbol is represented on the screen with a graphic character. Many of them are easily recognizable because they are analogous or referable to their usual graphic notation. But some, such as the markers indicating a fraction, are specific to linear systems and have no counterpart in traditional graphical mathematical texts. They will therefore be represented with symbols that we are not used to using in other contexts. In the on-screen representation, colors are used to highlight the different roles of the symbols used in the Lambda code. The function of colors, which is only supplementary, is not necessary for understanding the formulae. See the page on the meaning of colors in Lambda. One or more 8-point Braille characters are associated with each marker and mathematical symbol. The Braille combinations available to us are not sufficient to represent all the symbols that can be inserted into a scientific mathematical text, and for this reason, some of them will necessarily have to be represented on the display by 2 or more Braille characters. However, our system will always handle them as a single character, and they will therefore be inserted, modified, deleted, selected as if they were always a single character. For example, the symbol not equal is represented in Lambda by a pair of characters 3, 4, 6, 8 and 2, 3, 5, 6 on the Braille display for those using the Italian code. In defining these compound symbols, an attempt has been made to facilitate their recognition with logical or mnemonic connections. In the case under consideration, for example, the symbol not equal is formed by a negation prefix preceding the usual equal character. Other combinations are based on easily recognizable pairs, for example, much greater, or more or less. See complete table of Braille symbols.